Good morning, this is Jim Feist in Las Vegas, joined by Hank Goldberg. How was your weekend, Hank?
My weekend was pretty good. Saturday was a good day for the horses. We had the pick 3 at Arlington, including a $77 winner in the first leg. And we had the 2 exactas in the big races, so that worked out well.
Well, that's great. What did we learn this week from the pro football preseason games, if anything?
We learned that the rookie quarterbacks were looking pretty good, particularly the guy with the Jets. I thought I don't know, that was pretty interesting. They've got 3 quarterbacks who have looked pretty decent so far in preseason. And I thought the guy in Arizona, Rosen, looked pretty much at ease. Well, he didn't put up a lot of points. He made some plays that were impressive, and he might be able to help them a little bit. Of course, their running back looked terrific. And it was, yeah, I'll tell you, I thought that Luck came through and looked good and didn't get hurt, and Indiana looked good. It was, other than that, no great surprises. Minnesota did what they were supposed to do. He's now 15-3 in preseason games, and their offense looked very good, and of course they're going to be pretty tough.
They're going to be very tough. What did you think of the #1 draft choice, Baker Mayfield?
Thought he looked great.
Yeah, he did.
I'll tell you, Cleveland, that number on them might be realistic. He looked good, and their starting quarterback looked good. But I think Mayfield's going to be, he can run, he can throw on the run, he can do everything as advertised. And he was a cool customer under pressure.
He was. Looking at the defenses, I was shocked at how poorly the Denver Broncos rush defense looked. They were chopped up pretty badly. I know Minnesota's a very good team, but that was pathetic, the way they were giving up yardage.
I'll tell you what was even more shocking. Their quarterback looked terrible.
Well,
he couldn't make a play.
No.
I'm wondering if his year last year with Minnesota was a fluke.
Well, let me answer that as best I can. Minnesota is a much better team than Denver was last year, and overall, not just quarterback, but overall, running game, wide receivers, offensive line. Denver didn't have much going for them offensively last year, and they may not again this year. So no matter who you put at quarterback, it's not going to matter if you don't have time, if you don't have the players to conduct. Now, I'm not saying, the quarterbacks get all the money and they get all the credit and all the blame, but it's not always the way it is. It's just the way it is by the media. But I was very disappointed also in the way their offense played. However, they're not a very good offensive team to begin with. I expected a better defensive performance because that's what they're known for, but they didn't perform there either. And
their secondary looked bad. That was kind of a surprise.
And Cousins, for the little bit of time he was in there, looked very sharp. It's going to be a tough year to beat Minnesota in that division. They look very tough. Barring injuries, I don't see how anybody's going to beat them. I know that Aaron Rodgers, et cetera, but Green Bay is not as good a team as the Vikings are, except at quarterback. So Otherwise, Minnesota's a much better team overall. Very interesting stuff. Anything else you see that was?
Giant running back, the rookie, is going to be good.
Oh, he's that first play, 39 yards. Very impressive. Very impressive. Giants are going to be tough. You talked about the 3 quarterbacks for the Jets. I would expect somebody to pick up one of those, probably Bridgewater, because there's definitely.
Bridgewater looked good. They may want to keep him.
Well, who would they get rid of? McCown?
Yeah.
Well, they could do that. McCown's a very good player. I mean, he led the team last year to performance way beyond what they were capable of. And if they want to go with that, Bridgewater and Darnold would be a good combination. And somebody would like to pick up McCown. But there's going to be a lot of player moves. I love watching these preseasons because of it's like a chess game with these coaches and general managers, etc. What they're going to do, try to player manipulation, changes, etc., etc. Very interesting. Washington losing that young running back for the season was a terrible loss. There's several of them. Those losses have taken place already in preseason camp. But I'm excited. I know you're excited. Anything in baseball that interesting you want to talk about?
Well, the Dodgers lost their closer for a while, and that's not gonna help them. Arizona's playing well in that division. Giants came up with a big win yesterday. That division's going to go down to the end. The Yankees, if they're not playing the Red Sox, Giancarlo's on a tear with home runs right now, and they're hitting big and scoring a bunch of runs again. So I don't think that race somehow is over. The Yankees, if they get those 2-run producers back and get a little help with their pitching, they could still make something out of it. Although the Red Sox are going to be tough to catch. But the Yankees are going to be in the playoffs, and anything can happen once they get into the playoffs. That'll be interesting.
It will. I don't think they catch Boston unless Boston just completely falls apart. But getting into the playoffs would be very interesting. Right now, Boston Red Sox seem like the best team in baseball. But that's they have to hold on for a couple more months, but to win it all, they look like the best team. Even Houston is not looking like they're not really sharp right now. Oakland, big series. Oakland, Seattle, that's a huge series. And then, of course, you got San Francisco and the Dodgers. Bumgarner and Kershaw, big game tonight. And Kershaw's been a money burner this year. A lot of people keep betting on him. Prices are huge. But he has not been very, very good to his backers. That's for damn sure.
Well, he's always had trouble against San Francisco, so we'll see what happens.
Well, Hank, your plays and mine are up at jimfeist.com. And anything else you want to add?
How about Tiger? We didn't mention Tiger.
You're right. I forgot about that. That was amazing. We're talking about arguably the best golfer that ever lived. And he's had a lot of problems, surgeries, personal issues, but he can damn well play. I mean, nobody gives Koepka very much credit. This guy has won 3 majors now. Out of the last 7 majors played, he's won 3 of them. And this guy's good. And he's long, and he knows, he's got everything going. But Tiger that was an amazing performance. And, nobody needs to feel sorry for Tiger, of course, but that was great for him and great for golf because, boy, the ratings sure go up when he's in contention.
Koepka was my bet in the British Open, and I forgot to bet the the PGA. But I was a tournament ahead of him, and he was a big price in the British Open too.
Yeah, he was. The guy can play. There's no question about it. I think people are going to start noticing. I mean, nobody ever talks about this guy as one of the better players, and he obviously is. And for some reason, the media just keeps forgetting about him. But they won't forget about him anymore. So, Hank, like I said, thank you for your time today and your insights, and we'll talk again Wednesday. JimFeist.com for
Okay.
Hank's plays and mine. Thank you for listening, everyone.